CBS Sunday, March 1st.
Some isolated flurries for your Wednesday with seasonal high temperatures, and then a little thaw is on the way, especially for the weekend. Those details are next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, a person of interest has been detained in the case of Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. We'll have the latest. Plus, a government shutdown could be just days away, with funding for Homeland Security and agencies like TSA and FEMA hanging in the balance. And later, more details on a Maple Syrup 101 course as businesses and hobbyists look to start tapping trees. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
And welcome in. A first look at your forecast. We go back to some seasonal conditions for tomorrow, but there's lots of warmth in the forecast. It's just going to hold off until we get to about Thursday or so. So for tomorrow, we'll be stuck into the mid-20s, but that is where we should be at this time of the year. So it's actually going to be a pretty nice day considering where we should be seasonally. We keep the skies pretty cloudy, maybe a few isolated snow flurries, but then we make way for 30s and 40s in the forecast. I'll let you know when in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. Michigan State Police are investigating the cause of a house explosion in Delta County on Monday. Just before 9:30 p.m., troopers responded to reports of a loud explosion in Garden Township. Troopers searched the area and found a damaged home on 18.5 Lane. The owners were not home at the time of the explosion, and no injuries were reported by others in the area. However, several neighboring homes sustained damage due to the explosion. A preliminary investigation indicates that the explosion may have been caused by a propane leak that ignited inside the home. However, that investigation remains ongoing. Authorities have detained a person of interest in the Nancy Guthrie disappearance case. This comes hours after the FBI shared images of a masked individual captured on Nancy Guthrie's front porch on the night she was abducted. Andres Gutierrez is in Tucson with the latest.
Two law enforcement sources tell CBS News the Pima County Sheriff's Department detained a person of interest in connection with the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. The person was reportedly in a city south of Tucson. The development comes 10 days after Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie, was first reported missing. On Tuesday morning, authorities released these images captured the night Nancy Guthrie was taken from her Tucson area home. A masked individual stands on Guthrie's front porch wearing thick gloves and carrying both a backpack and an apparent gun attached to their waist. At one point, the individual holds branches in an apparent attempt to block the doorbell camera before it's disconnected.
We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help.
The release of the images come less than 24 hours after Savannah Guthrie took to social media to ask for the public's help in finding their mother.
Investigators pulled this video from back-end systems. It took them 10 days because Nancy Guthrie's cameras weren't connected to the cloud and originally hadn't recorded anything.
The FBI says Guthrie's Nest camera was disabled at 1:47 a.m. 41 minutes later, her pacemaker app disconnected from her phone, which was left behind along with a trail of blood.
What does this video mean for the case?
It's really going to break this case wide open.
Late today, search teams with the Sheriff's Department along with the FBI went door to door through the neighborhood where Nancy Guthrie's daughter, Annie, and her son-in-law live. There is no word yet on the identity of the person detained.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department deputies detained the person of interest during a traffic stop south of Tucson. The subject is currently being questioned. The fight continues over funding for the Department of Homeland Security, and the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency that oversees DHS is currently funded only through this Friday after President Trump agreed to separate it from a broader spending package that became law last week. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon reports from Capitol Hill with new details tonight.
If the White House and congressional Democrats don't strike a deal by Friday, then funding for the Department of Homeland Security and agencies like TSA and FEMA would lapse, resulting in yet another partial government shutdown.
White House counterproposal is woefully inadequate. It's not a serious offer.
Democrats say a White House counterproposal on ICE reforms is not even close to where it needs to be.
The White House is clearly not open to judicial warrants. They're not open to detention center reform. They're not open to independent investigations.
Among other demands Democrats say are absent from the counterproposal are stronger identification requirements for agents, new use of force standards, and a stop to racial profiling.
We simply want ICE to follow the same standards that most law enforcement agencies across America already follow.
Republicans call many of the Democratic demands, including the unmasking of federal agents, unrealistic.
The only reason that they're wearing masks, not because they want to, it's because they're for their own protection and the protection of their families.
We do believe in making it easier, not harder, for law enforcement officials to do their job.
Meanwhile, the acting director of ICE facing questions Tuesday from House lawmakers about recent events in Minneapolis.
Will you apologize to the family of Alex Preddy for also being called a domestic terrorist?
Sir, again, I'm not going to speak to any ongoing investigation.
Will you commit to immediately unmasking every agent conducting immigration enforcement and requiring them to wear standard uniforms with identifiable badges?
No.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
New reporting is adding controversy to the Gordie Howe International Bridge after President Trump suggested he could block its opening. The comments come after a Detroit billionaire who owns a competing bridge met with federal officials. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more.
Lawmakers are at odds over the Gordie Howe International Bridge, the newest connection from Michigan to Canada, expected to open later this year. New reports show the owner of the Ambassador Bridge met with the U.S. Commerce Secretary hours before President Donald Trump said he could block the new bridge from opening.
It's the busiest border crossing between the United States and Canada. It's essential to Michigan jobs.
The Trump administration is pushing back on that criticism, saying the president wants greater U.S. control and economic benefits from the crossing.
The fact that Canada will control what crosses the Gordie Howe Bridge and owns the land on both sides is unacceptable to the president.
Lawmakers highlighted that though funded mostly by Canada, the bridge is owned by both Canadian authorities and the state of Michigan. The Gordie Howe Bridge is expected to reduce congestion and improve trade flow between the U.S. and Canada, Michigan's largest trading partner.
Union workers on both sides of the border built it, and U.S. steel was used on the Michigan side of the river.
Democratic Party leaders argue blocking the bridge could have major economic consequences.
Threatening to block the bridge from opening would amount to economic sabotage against Michigan, leading to higher prices, fewer jobs, and greater uncertainty for our state's auto industry.
Dingell said federal staffing for the border crossing could also impact whether the bridge opens on time.
It's a border crossing, so it's got to be staffed, and that requires the Homeland Security.
The Gordie Howe International Bridge is expected to become one of North America's busiest trade corridors when it opens later this year. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
With Valentine's Day just around the corner, flower shops are preparing to help spread the love. This includes Forsberg Flowers of Marquette, who says the season is typically one of the busiest times of the year. However, following the harsh winter and a busy upcoming weekend of events, the shop is expecting more of the Valentine's Day foot traffic towards the end of the week.
I think that Marquette doesn't even realize that Valentine's Day is Saturday. I know when they realize what's happening, then we get slammed, and we're prepared for that.
To be sure to receive your Valentine's Day flowers, chocolate, or any sort of custom gift by the end of the week, Forsberg says communication ahead of time will ensure a spot on the list. At this point in the winter, it's nearly time for maple syrup producers to begin tapping their trees, and an Escanaba organization is teaching the public how to do just that. On February 25th, the MSU Forestry Innovation Center will host a Maple Syrup 101 course. Attendees will learn about selecting the right trees, proper tapping techniques, sanitizing equipment, and filtering syrup. The Innovation Center says across the UP, maple syrup production is a growing hobby as well as a business.
We're seeing many more current and future producers come out to all of our maple events. It really has ramped up. I think there's a lot of people making syrup in the Upper Peninsula. It fits well into our tradition of being outside and working with nature.
Maple Syrup 101 is a precursor to Maple Weekend at the end of March. 2 full days of sugar bush tours, sap boiling presentations, and free syrup samples. It's a chance for the community to learn just how much work producers do each season to put fresh maple syrup on the table.
We're excited. This time of year, we're all just gearing up, getting everything ready, getting the evaporator all set. It's coming. It's coming quick this year.
Maple Syrup 101 is free to attend, but space is limited. To register for the event or to learn more about this year's Maple Weekend, visit WZMQ19.com. Kelly Rowland had your first warning weather forecast when we come back, plus a 2,300-mile journey on foot, why nearly 24 Buddhist monks walked across 9 states to reach Washington, D.C. And so far, Norway is atop the medal leaderboard in the Winter Olympics. We'll break down how the USA performed today when we come back.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Buckle's Party Store, it's where the party starts in Calumet, with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckle's Party Store in Calumet, it's where the party starts for everyone.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
Have you heard? Affordable healthcare is better than ever. And right now there are more carriers and plans to choose from. If you're between 18 and 64 years old with a household income of $25,000 or less, this message is for you. Right now, the government's Affordable Care Act is available for individual and family health coverage plans with little to no cost to you. Don't gamble your health. Call Health Care for All. 70% of callers qualify for a zero-cost healthcare coverage. See if you are one of them. Call now. Our agents are standing by to help you get the health insurance plan you and your family needs and deserves. If you're uninsured or struggling to afford your current health insurance, help is just a phone call away. This is not Medicaid or Medicare. This is the marketplace with the largest selection of healthcare plans from the Affordable Care Act. To find a plan that's right for you, call 800-626-9042. That's 800-626-9042.
At Big Valley Ford in Ewan, we're more than just a dealership. We're your hometown partner in finding the perfect ride. With a huge selection of high-quality vehicles, there's something here for every lifestyle and every budget. Looking for value? We've got one of the largest selections of pre-owned Ford trucks in the UP, all in excellent condition and low miles, along with a huge selection of new Broncos and trucks all ready to roll. Experience the Big Valley difference at Big Valley Ford in Ewan.
Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News. Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
And welcome back. We hit 30 for the high temperature. The average is 23, and I mentioned this at 6 o'clock, but the average high was stuck at 22 for a while. So that does point to that being the coldest time of the year. So now that it's 23, that is a little sign of that it's going to get warmer. The average high is now slowly but surely going up. A half of an inch of snow, but that's not going to continue too much. We may have some lingering snow for tomorrow morning and afternoon, and eventually does taper off once we get that shift in the wind direction. So for tomorrow, stuck in the clouds and then some of those snow showers hanging around. We keep the clouds in the forecast for most of the morning on Thursday, but we should see some rays of sunshine before the sun sets on Thursday. And most of the rain that we see over the next few days or so is going to be contained to just tomorrow. So the next 24 hours, we have to deal with those just stubborn snowflakes. It's not going to be much though. You may just need to turn the windshield wipers on tomorrow morning to get your day started. And then when tomorrow is done, we could see up to 2 inches. That may be a little greedy, but you can't rule it out, with just the direction of it being lake effect snow. But again, once we clear that, we're setting up for a really nice weekend, and it starts with the UP 200, which starts on Friday. A bit breezy, but those temperatures, even at the time of evening, 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock, into the 30s is pretty good, considering our average high temperature at this time of the year is 23. This is very comfortable for this time of the year and this time time of the day. So 6:30 is the opening ceremonies, and then at 8:30 the midnight run starts, and we'll continue to have updated forecasts on that. But as for the start of it, things are looking really good, and we're shaping up for a really nice holiday weekend. Valentine's Day on Saturday really shouldn't have any issues with snow. We'll get those temperatures to the upper 30s, actually probably 40s for this. Got to change this. We're going to see 40s for most of the weekend, and of course some sunshine. So that's going to help. It's going to visually be a nice change, and then also give us a little bit of some warmth back into the area. And as for the future temperatures, tomorrow is the day where we're on this rise for the temperatures, but it kind of puts a halt in that plan. We go to seasonal tomorrow into the mid to lower 20s, and then you can see once we get to Thursday, we get a little of those 30, 35, those temperatures, and it does point to 35 or above, maybe 40 degrees for the rest of the week. And that red that you see on this temperature map, the contour, is pointing to well above average temperatures. We're looking at a pattern in the jet stream, which I know you don't always want to hear the nitty-gritty science of it, but it's going to push up, and just how far it pushes up is going to determine how much of that warmth that we benefit from. But a lot of the country is going to get a nice February thaw next week. But as for this week, we have our own mini thaw coming our way, starting with Thursday when we get those 30s back in the forecast, and probably hitting the lower 40s for your Valentine's Day, and we'll keep the 40s in the forecast all the way till President's Day.
Kelly, thank you very much. A group of nearly 24 Buddhist monks arrived in Washington, D.C. today for the culmination of their 2,300-mile Walk for Peace. Crowds welcomed the monks after their spiritual journey that spanned 9 states. In D.C., they visited the Washington National Cathedral in what was billed as a sacred stop for the Stoic monks. They endured harsh weather during parts of their 108-day journey that began in Texas in late October.
We are not walking from Fort Worth, Texas to Washington, D.C. to bring you any peace, but to raise the awareness of peace so that you can unlock that box and free it. Let peace bloom and flourish.
Often walking barefoot, the monks also set out to urge Congress to recognize Buddha's birth and enlightenment as a federal U.S. holiday. For the Winter Olympics in Italy, Team USA added 5 more medals today, bringing the total so far to 7. But Norway leads the medal count with 12. And the frustration continues for American skiing superstar Michaela Schifrin. Kelly O'Grady is in Milan and sums up all of today's action.
Skiing star Michaela Schifrin's Olympic return didn't go as planned. Schifrin and teammate Breezy Johnson finished just shy of the podium in the Alpine women's combined event, but Team USA still took bronze.
So I'm going to have to learn what to do, what to adjust in the short time we have before the other tech races.
Americans racked up silver medals in men's cross-country skiing, men's free ski slopestyle, and mixed doubles curling, a first for the U.S.
You know, at the beginning of the season, if you would have told us that we would be walking away from the Olympics with a silver medal, we'd be really proud of ourselves.
Meanwhile, all eyes were on the ice as U.S. figure skater Ilya Malinin began his quest for individual gold. The quad god jumped his way to first in the men's short program, but it was American Maxim Naumov who was moved to tears, making his Olympic debut after losing his parents last year in the midair collision over Washington, D.C. As he took to the ice, a quote showed on the Jumbotron, "Mom and Dad, this is for you." Susan Hamill-Botari is a figure skating coach and family friend.
I've seen him go through the ups and downs, but he's always determined, he's always inspirational, and he's a fighter.
Now across town, the U.S. women's hockey team trounced Canada in one of the biggest rivalries at these Olympics. While it was just a prelim match, it was likely a preview of next week's gold medal face-off.
Mike Ludlam has some more sports headlines after the break. He'll have the highlights from tonight's matchup between Baraga and Ishpeming girls basketball when we come back.
Instant games from the Michigan Lottery. With dozens of games to choose from and millions of dollars in prizes, it's instant fun for everyone. Multiply your fun with our newest games with 171 million in prizes.
At LJ Aesthetic Studio in Manistee, we believe that beauty is more than just skin deep. Improve your physical appearance, but also boost your confidence and well-being. We use high-quality products and the latest techniques to provide outstanding results. Our goal is to create a welcoming and inclusive space where you can relax, unwind, and feel your best self. Are you ready? LJ Aesthetic Studio in Manistee. Be your best you.
Important alert. Were you sexually abused by a priest in Illinois or any of these other states? You may now be entitled to significant compensation. The Illinois Attorney General released a report citing the church for protecting hundreds of sexual predator priests involving thousands of victims. Call 800-922-6777 today for a free and confidential consultation. It's 800-922-6777. Time is limited, so don't wait.
I had a brain aneurysm in the year 2000 here. No one was going to hire someone that had a disability or whatever. I went through a program here at Goodwill well over 20 years ago, and they hired me as soon as I was able to workforce. My favorite thing I work at Marquette Goodwill is just interacting with the people. It's great atmosphere here and great people here. Goodwill treats everyone really good, so it's like a second chance almost, I was going to say. It really gets you back on your feet.
Shop and donate to your local Goodwill.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
Good evening, everyone. Ishpeming is the new #1 in Division 4 of Upper Peninsula Girls Basketball. The Hematites were home tonight, taking on #4 Baraga. We'll pick up the action in quarter #2. The Vikings struggling just a little bit. Maya Henderson's shot is blocked by Maya Hemmer. And the next thing you know, it's going to be a deep pass to Janessa Eagle. She sees Brittany Pietrowski, and that's the layup. She had 12 points, Hematites up 17-9. Vikings respond. Nice drive by Danica Joffitson, there for 2. Ishpeming still up 19-11. Skip ahead a few minutes. Kara Connor to Kara Roberts. The drive and the floater is good for 2 of her 8 points. Near the end of the half, Janessa Eagle inbounds to Maya Hemmer. Eagle runs behind Hemmer's screen, knocks down the three-pointer from the corner. Ishpeming led 31-15 at the half. Third quarter, Eagle just warming up. Another triple there. She led everybody with 26 points. Brittany Pietrowski inside to Maya Hemmer for 2 of her jersey matching 14. And Ishpeming would pull away to post a 65-37 victory. To the scoreboard, Negaunee over Gwynn 48-30. Big result in the Eastern UP. Marquette goes all the way out there and defeats Sault Ste. Marie 53-51. Hancock better than Westwood 37-28. Lance 76, Lakeland and Humboldt 45. Emily Del Favero broke the all-time scoring record for the girls at Wakefield Marinisco during the 58-38 win over Ontonagon. Dollar Bay 50, Watersmeet 19. Lily D'Souza had 21 points in West Iron County's easy win over Bessemer. Lauren Adams, 35 points for Norway in the 12-point victory over Niagara. North Central and Superior Central were postponed. Big Bay to knock 42, Kearney Natal 39. Mackinac City 10 better than Maplewood Baptist, and it was Sheboygan 42, Rudyard 33. We'll stay in the same gym for the Ishpeming West Iron County boys contest. First quarter action here. Grady Gauthier locates Kenny Ambule in the corner for 3. He had another one a couple minutes later. For the Wycons, Josiah Smith with the steal ahead to Nathan Camps. He makes the bucket, 7-3 Wycons. Hematites decide to put on a press. Parker Gleason with the interception at midcourt. Over to Kyan Gauthier for 3, and that one is good. West Iron County still trying. Alex Gigia to Nick Perlongo, fighting through the crowd for a basket. Ishpeming pulls away to win this one, 62-44. To the board here, Kingsford Downs' next door neighbor, Iron Mountain 47-36. Jet Buckley had 20 for the Flivers. Menominee over Escanaba 77-59. Negaunee had a 9-point lead at the half and won by 8 over Gladstone, 60-52. Ethan Marta became the all-time leading scorer for Westwood boys and girls last week. He had 26 tonight as the Patriots cruised over Gwynn. It was Lott 61, Lakeland and Hubble 53. Barriga easily over Watersmeet 73-26. Calumet half a dozen better than Chassell 42-36. And in the Panthers' other second division, Trail Creek 44, Hancock 21. The next Panthers, Pickford over Newberry 65-28. Marquette all over Houghton 64-21. Forest Park 71, Norway 34. Bark River Harris a couple touchdowns better than Kearney Nato 57-43. North Dickinson 53, North Central 38. Rapid River gets a 7-point road win over Munising 60-53. Big Bay and Knock 3 better than Mid-Peninsula 42-39. Engadine in the win column 69-50 over Superior Central. Rudyard 61, Cedarville Detour 41, and it was St. Ignace by 4 over Brimley 61-57. Not to mention Grand Marais defeated Paradise 56-27. Congratulations to former Calumet High School volleyball coach Lisa Twardzik. She was inducted into the Michigan Volleyball Coaches Association Hall of Fame over the weekend in Battle Creek. In her 20 seasons with the Copper Kings, Twardzik compiled a record of 656 wins, 152 losses, and 52 ties. That's better than an 80% winning percentage. Calumet won 11 regional championships and advanced to the MHSAA Final Four 3 times, 2007, 8, and 16. Calumet is the only Upper Peninsula high school I still believe to reach a state final. That was in 2008. Twardzik was inducted into the Upper Peninsula Sports Hall of Fame in 2023. Back to numbers in high school hockey tonight. Northland Pines edges Hancock 5-4. It was Kingsford 3, Manistee 1. And Jeffers scored the first 3 goals, and that just proved to be enough to defeat Calumet by the count of 3-2. High school skiing regionals yesterday in the Lower Peninsula Division 1. Marquette came in second behind Traverse City West and ahead of Traverse City Central. The top 3 teams advanced to the state finals in a week and a half. Lake Skiddaw won both the slalom and giant slalom for the Sentinel boys. On the girls' side, Marquette was third behind TC Central and TC West. Stella Delin and Sydney Cool each had a pair of top 7 finishes. Division 2 also was in the Lower Peninsula. No advancers to the finals in terms of the teams. Petoskey was the team winner, Norway 6th, Ironwood 7th. Logan Holm and Adam Everson of the Red Devils did qualify individually for the state meet. And on the girls' side, it was Harbor Springs, Great Northern Academy, and Norway was third, so Norway will go to the state meet. Houghton's Logan Lukac won the slalom and was third in the giant slalom. Sophia Fornetti was Norway's top skier. The state meets are Monday, February 23rd. More results. If I can turn my papers. The Upper Peninsula Bowling Championships have been held for individuals. The girls' winner was Sarah Harvey of Ishpeming-Negaunee. Olivia Letzna of Westwood was second. The boys, Killian Ryan of Ishpeming-Negaunee is your champion, with Camden Grover of Westwood finishing in the runner-up. GLIAC swimming results. NMU's women were second behind Grand Valley State. Kalina Saglinski was named the Conference Diver of the Year. On the men's side, the Wildcats finished third. Mateo Ballardine was the Freshman of the Year and the Swimmer of the Year, setting 2 GLIAC records in the 200 and 400 IMs. Oh, a quick look at the brawl between the Pistons and the Charlotte Hornets last night. Suspensions and fines have not been announced, but Musa Diabate, Miles Bridges, Jalen Duran, and Isaiah Stewart all were kicked out of the game, and we will be right back.
Houghton's the spot where we get all 4 seasons, the snow, the shine, everything in between. So the shoes are everything. You know, what you have is going to help you perform better, perform longer, stay injury-free longer. Whether you're a runner, walker, or you're just looking for a shoe to get yourself through the day, we'll take an extensive approach to finding the shoe that's right for you. Whatever surface that you're going to be on, we've got you covered.
Need some music in your life?
Come on now.
Come on. It's Grammy winner Darlene Love, Madison Beer, and one of the best performances ever done on the Kelly Clarkson Show. Plus Oscar nominee Elle Fanning. So you and your sister Dakota started acting very young.
We grew up just playing pretend. She'd be the mom, I'd be the baby.
She's the Little Mermaid, you're Ursula. Yeah. Joke's on her, Ursula has the best song.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ CBS.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law. How to raise children. Get out of here.
Door tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie on All in the Family.
Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV. Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News. Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Here's a deal you won't want to miss. For a limited time, when you buy 3 windows or doors, you'll get 1 free at the Window Store. You heard that right. Buy 3, get 1 free. Don't wait. Offer runs from February 2nd to February 27th. Give your home a fresh new look with our energy-efficient windows and stylish doors. Call today and start transforming your home with the Window Store. Quality windows, doors, and unbeatable savings only at the Window Store.
And welcome back. We know it's been a pretty cold winter so far, and it is winter until March 20th. So this is going to be a time where this week it's going to be above average, so it won't necessarily feel like that extreme winter type of cold. But for tomorrow, very seasonal, mid-20s. That's what we can expect for this time of the year. Stuck in the clouds, we'll have a few isolated flurries. I'll show you when here for the next 48 hours. Most of it will be into the overnight right now and lingering throughout tomorrow, and then it really significantly tapers off for Thursday, and then of course setting up for a really nice weekend. The UP 200 starts on Friday. We should get most of that snow out of here, and of course those warmer temperatures that everyone is just really excited for, well above average in that temperature trend for the next 6 to 10 days. But you see it right here on our 7-day. Clearing tomorrow, mid-20s up to the 30s for Thursday, and then we keep it climbing, 40s for Friday, keeping that all the way until this time next week.
Kelly, thank you again. Mike, big news for the Tigers
I know
today.
you're excited about this one, Kevin. 3-time Cy Young Award winner Justin Verlander is returning to the Motor City. He signed a 1-year contract. Apparently it's worth $13 million, but a lot of it is going to be deferred. He has 266 wins in his major league career. That is 34th on the list. And his 3,553 career strikeouts are 8th. And he could pass Don Sutton with a couple dozen more to go into 7th place. Wayne State needs a new football coach next season. Tyrone Wheatley has resigned. I think they were 0-11 this year. And golfer Hunter Eichhorn, another big paycheck on the Corn Ferry Tour. He tied for 4th place in Columbia. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Lily Broadcasting stands with the people of Iran.
I'm exhausted. Shopping for a mattress is just so confusing.
Sounds like mattress shopophobia. At Slumberland, our sleep counselors are here to help you find the best mattress without any pressure.
But awesome pressure relief.
Slumberland. Stop